Khabib Nurmagomedov had a message for both Islam Makhachev and Umar Nurmagomedov. Islam successfully defended his lightweight title against Renato Moicano over the weekend. However, Umar came up short and lost to Merab via unanimous decision. Khabib posted this to Instagram. He wrote, "Islam has once again proven that he is the best in the world right now, and I am very happy for him and the journey he has taken in this sport. In the history of mixed martial arts, very few fighters have achieved what he has achieved. Keep working, my brother. This is not the limit. Umar, keep your head up, Junior. You showed yesterday that you are one of the best in the world. At the moment, we have a lot to work on the mistakes and get back to the title race. There is good in everything. We as believers must understand that Allah's prescription is better than our desire." Paddy, Pimblett, and Renato Moicano have been going back and forth with each other for several months now. At one point recently, it was rumored that the UFC was working on a fight between the two. After Renato's win over Benoit Saint Denis, Paddy posted this to Instagram. He wrote, "Let's do this," and added Renato. Paddy uploaded his live reaction to Islam Makhachev submitting Renato at UFC 311. He rips Renato for tapping and says he should have went out on his shield.
Oh ja, Moicano trying to work his way up. Does he give his neck? I'll go that. Ah, you tap that quick, Renato. Go asleep, lad. Go out on your shield. Hate that, you know. You're in a choke, lad. You're not gonna snap your neck. Go asleep. Second straight win by Dars, lad. That was too easy. It was like, yeah, give him the sub, lad. I thought that Renato would put up more of a fight than that, lad.
Renato Moicano fired back at Paddy. On X, he wrote, "Paddy Pimblett is talking shit. Let me tell you something. You gonna tap if we fight. You never got a short notice fight in your life. Imagine 1 day notice." Paddy replied, "I'm not talking Renato, I'm talking facts. You tapped after like 2 seconds like a only chance you'll ever get to be a UFC world champ, and you quit like an absolute sausage. I'd make you quit just like Islam did. You Renato replied, "Take it easy, brother. The judge is not gonna help you this time." Paddy replied, "I won't need the judges for you. They'll have the night off if we fight. Just make sure you don't tap when I choke you." Renato then added Dana White. He said, "Just book this fight already." After Umar Nurmagomedov lost to Merab over the weekend, his manager Ali Abdelaziz revealed he broke his hand in the first round. Umar gave an update on his hand. He posted this video to his Instagram story. Umar also posted this to his Instagram reflecting on the loss. He said, "There are no excuses. Inshallah, I will become the champion, and I don't think I've lost this battle. Deal with the injuries and get back on track." The back and forth between Kamaru Usman and Belal Muhammad continues. Kamaru had some words for Belal on the most recent episode of the Pound for Pound podcast, and Belal responded. Kamaru says Islam Makhachev should move up to 170, beat up Belal, and take his belt.
I think if I was him, the decision that I would make next, yeah, 100%. I would definitely probably go up. This whole notion of a Belal training with them, they don't wanna, bro, no. I'm going up there, I'm whipping him. I don't care. Just because he comes into our camp, just tries to use our bodies and learn our style, I'm moving up, I'm whipping him, I'm taking that belt, and hey, I'm moving on to the next.
Belal Muhammad responded via X. He wrote, "Stop speaking my name until you finally end your losing streak, or change the podcast name to Loss After Loss." Aljamain Sterling gives his take on Umar Nurmagomedov breaking his hand in the first round against Merab. Aljo thinks he may have seen the exact punch that broke the hand. Aljo also speaks on what's next for Merab. He thinks it may be the rematch with Sean O'Malley.
Shout out to both of them. Like I said, Umar still put up a good fight, whether he broke his hand in the first round or second round, whichever round it was in. He punched him incorrectly. He punched him. I think I might have remember seeing a punch that landed that was like on the top of the head, and that's not where you punch people. So at the end of the day, it didn't happen before training. Merab had a crazy gash. He had to defy the odds. At the end of the day, I think we should be praising Merab and giving him his flowers because it's been long overdue. And for him to do that to Nurmagomedov and style on him in the middle of the cage in real time while he's getting taken down, he's trying to drag him down. He can't pull him down, and he's standing like this. Like that's aura right there. That is aura. That is confidence. And yeah, so we'll see what's next, man. 'Cause I don't know what it's gonna be. It seems like it might be O'Malley, but time will tell.
That was my next question. He's literally cleared out the division. Like, anyone who he fights next would have to be pretty much a rematch.
O'Malley's just, honestly, the fans are going to hate this, but that's really just a payday. So if it is O'Malley, I think that's the easier fight of the two. Or should I say the least dangerous one of the two? Of course, O'Malley can still catch him, right? He can still catch him.
I mean, bro, how do you even sell that fight? Like, this guy hasn't beat anybody since Merab absolutely washed him for 5 rounds. Who wants to see that again? Like, what's different? Like, how do you sell that to the fans unless they create some kind of conflict, like, artificially? How do they sell that?
Daniel Cormier compares him fighting Anderson Silva on short notice to Islam Makhachev fighting Renato Moicano. At UFC 200 back in 2016, DC was supposed to fight John Jones, but John failed a drug test and was removed from the card. Anderson Silva stepped in on just days' notice. DC explains how difficult it is to go out and fight a world-class contender who you have not prepared for. DC also says that he thinks Arman Tsarukyan should be next for Islam.
Guys, I dealt with this before, with the Anderson Silva situation. I am telling you, it is the most difficult thing that you could ever imagine doing. Going out there against someone you have not trained for, knowing that that person is world-class, knowing that that person's team has prepared extensively for you. Because remember, Tsarukyan is from the American Top Team also. Takedown in the first round. Control. The moment Moicano took a chance, he was able to jump on that Darce. You know, I believe that it still needs to be Tsarukyan, because I believe that Tsarukyan, even though it's a rematch, and even though we know Charles is supposed to be next, I still feel like Tsarukyan's size, his abilities, his skill set could present the biggest problems for Islam Makhachev. You know, this guy, I mean, look at what he does to the rest, right? He has submitted or finished so many of the best lightweights in the world. So right now, he's in the midst of, think about this. He finished Oliveira to become the champ. He finished Volkanovski in the rematch. He finished Dustin Poirier in his last title defense. And now he finished Renato Moicano. There is no boring wrestling claims anymore. This guy's a finisher of the highest order. And he is the pound-for-pound number 1 fighter in the world, because it's easy to believe that if he was up a weight class, he would still be doing the same thing to those guys in the second division. I do love, though, that he's continuing to fight the challengers and taking on the guys in his weight class before he does that.
Renato Moicano posted a YouTube video breaking down his loss to Islam Makhachev. He explains why he tapped so fast when Islam locked in the Darce choke. Go check out Renato's full breakdown on his YouTube channel. Links in the description.
When I start to create the space and the scrambles to get back on the feet, he kind of gave me like the sense that I could put my foot on his hip, pull, and get back. But he did that so I could expose my neck, and then he grabbed with a Darce choke and was very fast. That's why I tapped so fast, because it was very locked and my arm was locked. I could not block. I was trying to be with my belly on the mat, but my belly was up, so I could not defend, and that's the problem. So I'm not giving any excuses, because I was ready. I was training for a softball. I feel great. My power was over there. The weight cut was great. I had a very good night of sleep the day before, but I didn't have time to prepare myself on the techniques that Islam has, you know, the takedowns, because Beneil Dariush didn't shoot for the takedowns like he did. I didn't even see the takedown, so I was standing too high. I should have standing a little bit lower so I could try to defend better the takedowns, but it is what it is. All respect to Islam.
Conor McGregor is attending Donald Trump's inauguration. On the bus ride there, Conor sat with Logan and Jake Paul. As most of you know, there were talks recently about Conor boxing Logan. However, Dana White shut that down and said he hopes Conor returns to the UFC in the fall. Jake Paul posted these photos to Instagram. He wrote, "Inauguration going great." Logan Paul reposted it to his story. He said, "Plot twist." Dylan Dennis is getting roasted over this in the comments section. Dylan recently lost to Logan in a boxing match and is also getting sued by Logan's fiance. The top comment, with almost 18,000 likes, says Dylan Dennis just dropped to his knees in a Dollar General. Nate Diaz reposted the video on X. He wrote, "Sit where you're told at the big inauguration day, you f***ing dorks. 3 f***ing nerds." Magomed Ankalaev had some words for Alex Pereira today. After it was announced that the two will be fighting at UFC 313, Alex posted this to X. He wrote, "See you soon, Ankalaev." Magomed Ankalaev replied today. He wrote, "You just signed your death certificate. I'm going to punish you for ducking me, and I'm going to make you look like a guy who worked at a tire shop, not a professional fighter." He followed up with @Alex Pereira. He go to all UFC fight to get free alcohol and get camera time on the other hand. I've been training so hard. March 8th, alcohol not help you. Shama. For those of you who don't know, Alex actually used to be an alcoholic. In a recent interview roughly 2 years ago, Alex stated that he hasn't drank alcohol in over 9 years.
Não vai ter jeito. Eu falei, pô, prometi pra mim mesmo, sabe, que eu ia parar. E faz, sei lá, 9 anos aí que eu não bebo mais absolutamente nada.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Blinker Banana. It says, "So glad to see Yuri get that win." The second one's in reference to Merab claiming he broke his back during training camp. It says, "I broke my back, spinal." And the final one's in reference to Michael Chandler calling out Arman Tsarukyan. It says, "Chandler trying to get a loss to every top contender on that resume." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.